dive beneath the crashing of the wall and listen to the deep and hollow call. The shells are rattling inside the bay to welcome in another frantic day. No maps are needed where the wind is free across the desert of the restless sea. Saltwater dreams in the rays of the rare, from sand to the spray in the tangle of air. Roll with the swell till the soul disappears. Wash away all of the heavy ideas. The crest of the blue and the crown for the bowl, under a guide that will never grow old. Saltwater dreams in the haze of the glare, the scent of the spray in the tangle of air. Roll with the swell till the shore interferes. Wash away all of the heavy ideas. The crest of the blue is a crown for the bold, under a sky that will never grow old.
I didn't want to come here today, but with that in mind, I'm back in Newport. I hit to go to a beach, and it took me here to Newport, so I got hit with a gazillion tolls from Easy Pass. With that in mind, today is March 10th, roughly about 5 o'clock. It was beautiful today, but unfortunately I was at work and got out. Literally, it's a half hour from Route 95 where I was training. I didn't want to go back to the hotel. My back is killing me. I don't know why, but it's killing me. Doing that food reveal yesterday, I made a pig out of myself. That's the most I've eaten in probably months. About a month I've been on the shot. So with that in mind, I had nightmares. I must have tossed and turned. Snow's melting slowly. So with that, we're just gonna walk around, look at the inlets, some of the buildings going up. Back here in Newport, day number 2, because the first time we were here, it wasn't that really good of a day, and things could have been cloudy, but so I'm really starting to like Rhode Island. Why? I don't know. I feel it's a beautiful place. I like the oceans. I like the beaches. Just lots to do. But my only beef that I have is it's very, very expensive, especially during the summer. But right now, I'm not breaking the bank. And, it's a good day trip if you're swinging by. I hear hotels run roughly about $350 a night during the summer. So with that in mind, this is on the island, but I would stay off the island half an hour. Going back, I forget the highway I was just on. I'll show you on the dash cam. You probably saw traffic going the other way, so you're going to hit a lot of summer. It's like going to the Jersey Shore. Traffic in, traffic out. So, bird, what do you have? Put that down. That's disgusting. There is no 5-second rule for what you have in your mouth. Oh, it's a crab. Son of a gun. Looks like a crab. I'm not chasing you. Dude, all I want to do is go to the water. I'm not going to take your food. Believe me. Even though I had chicken wings last night. And you're not a chicken. Of course, I'm shooting right into the sun. Oh, there's one. Mine. Oh, they're really fixing the area up nice. Tugboat. Toot, tugger. Oh, look at them all. Dude. Where are you going? The hell? I'm not chasing you. Too tired and my back is killing me. So here's Oh, there's the bridge. It's like $1 gazillion to get over. And the worst driving infrastructure ever. So it's less intimidating now than it was with the fog. I can tell you that. Keypad that you can go down. Just listen to the sounds. Imagine coming here, seeing big yachts. Incredible what money can buy. So with that in mind, I'm only here for another 3 more days. I go home on Friday night. Then I come back Sunday night. We'll finish up 1 more week of training. And then after that, I'm done with Rhode Island. So we're going to try to squeeze as much as we can in those few days to look to see what is happening on Rhode Island. So on the way home, we're probably going to stop maybe some other places. But, just to see what's out there. Summer's coming up. You're feeling good. Hopefully you're safe during the winter like I did. And with that in mind, maybe get out and travel about. And, maybe I'll run into you sometime. Here's the Francis Malbone House, historic inn. I don't have my map or book, so I can't really tell you what they're about. Tell you one thing though, there's a lot of churches or former churches on this block, that's for sure. Sunglasses. It's a nice church. They keep it clean. I think it's a church. Rock salt. Ugh. Yeah, they keep it clean. All right, that's for sure. Even the ATM has its own personal house. Interesting. Oh, unless it's a parking house. I don't know. But the blocks are small. Oh, it is a church. Okay, Greek Orthodox. That explains it. Beautiful. I think it's called Newport Bay or something like that. Here's a, what do they call it? Bandstand? I wonder if they have things they do here. A couple of dudes smoking Yankee smoke. I guess that's the thing to do, get high. Keep ice out. Yep. Ducks. Everything. Pretty cool. Here. Oh. So I've never been here during the summer, so if anybody can tell me what it's like down here, does it get crowded? Do they have festivals? Is this the place to be? You can see all the church steeples. Open the door and here are the peoples. What do we got here? Yeah. Seaweed. Up. Hose. Trash. I could see now the other day on Saturday I went to the aquarium and they're trying to save the bay. So apparently I guess it was polluted at one time. You look along here, you see all the seashells. Cracked, of course. I guess a lot of duck poop. All the seagulls eat out of them and then they crack them open like walnuts. So is this, looks like it used to be some kind of fort Something to let people know that, hey, you're getting close to the shore. I know probably what say we're on March, April. As it gets maybe towards the end of April, beginning of May, you're going to see this town do a 360 tourism money. Now, this does kind of remind me of Angela Lansbury, Murder, She Wrote, the original one. I used to watch that all the time. Here I am thinking it used to be in a town, but watching one of my favorite YouTubers, he mentioned that shot on a set. So that kind of like crushed my spirits of the 80s right there. Oh. Rosh Ambu. What is all these names that I can't pronounce? What the hell? People help me here. I know I'm pronouncing it, but whatever happened to Jones Smith? He's pointing at something. The plane? I don't know. Oh, here we go. Team Nation. Okay, sorry, the sun. Marshal of France, 1725 to 1807. Here's the commander-in-chief from the French army at the siege of Yorktown, October 6, 1781. Present to the city of Newport. Now, is that Yorktown, Virginia, or Yorktown, Rhode Island? Interesting. On June 18th, 1781, General Rochambeau left Newport with his army to join the American forces on the Hudson, and on the August 19th, 1781, the combined armies under command of General Washington began their victory march to Yorktown. So it is Yorktown, Virginia. So they had a long march to go. They didn't have no Uber or any cars. So, interesting. I just answered my own question. Here's all this crunches, all the birds just floating and having a good time, taking a chill pill. A couple of dudes over there taking their own chill pill. Looks like the flame. Ugh. Let me go around this way. I'm taking a shortcut and I'm stepping in mud. So I can only imagine what 40 inches of snow would look like here. So I'm going to say probably at least halfway up to the middle base. So this says erected by Newport Historical Society for the General in 1928. So it's like almost like an eternal flame that just burnt out. Duck poop. 1778. These must be names of all the people who served under him. Yep. The regiment. Interesting. In memory of Milos, 1973 to 2016, the Dana family. God bless. Can we zoom in on that? Ooh. Yeah, not bad. And the same thing on this side. Welcome to the news of your arrival, a new market of friendship from His Most Christian Majesty George Washington. Sorry, folks, it's a little bit hard to say. Yes, it's clean, but it's losing its luster. And on this side, near this spot, okay, here we go. Near this spot, the French army of 6,000 men, led by General Rochambeau, whatever, our allies in the war for independence, first set foot upon American soil July 13th, 1780. Look how they spelled July, J-V-L-Y, all Roman numerals. And then, you know, XII is 13, 1780. Interesting, I never knew about that. Now, why didn't they teach that in school? Well, here we are at Fort Adams, the entranceway. Just gonna drive around, take a look. So Fort Adams is a state park which hosts the Newport Jazz Festival. It is kind of closed right now, but you know, we're just gonna take a look. Well, here's the entranceway to Fort Adams. Big old mansion there. Just getting some water views. The dock. There's the fort up there. Oh, right by the bridge in the inlet. Now here's a fun fact. If you Google information around here, it tells you basically where does Taylor Swift live, and it gives you her address, 16 Bluff Avenue. With that in mind, it's roughly about a half an hour from here. So I'm not even gonna take a gander. Would have been nice just to show you, but otherwise, yeah, not happening. So we arrived at Fort Adams. Of course, it's closed, but you know, when in Rome, I'm going to come out and just take a gander. So I Googled it. Apparently, Fort Adams was built for the Revolutionary War. It says it never saw action, but it had like 400 and something cannons. So it says fort engineers assumed that every fort might eventually fall after a prolonged siege. Earthworks and outworks were part of the layers of defense protecting the main walls long enough to delay the enemy until reinforcements arrived. Pretty cool. I'm just going to go up here. Up. Cannon. Boom. Up. So this is the outer part of the wall. Oh, jeez. I'm not touching that. It looks like it's wood. No, that's metal. Steel. So with that in mind, look how small they were. Looks like maybe original stairs. Wow. They were prepared for that. Ugh. Oh, jeez, there go my knees. There's the cannon. Probably can never be fired inside a cannon. Hello? Wondering if that house was even here. So they were thinking they were the enemy. They would be coming up this way from the ocean, from the Atlantic. I know Goat Island is somewhere that way. I think it's there. So they would come in from here and then they would blast them. But don't forget, back then they had, oh my God, time in between to load. So, it wasn't like today's military. So just like I thought, it was named after President John Adams. Imagine it was a army base, and the last year it was used, according to Google, was 1953, 58. So after the War of 1812, it was determined that a new fort needed to be built. So, not too sure where the new one or the old one is. Of course, I can't see really too much in because the sun is shining. It's about time. To honor the members of the Fort Adams Foundation, May 4th, 1976. And there are the names. All brick up top. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, engineers were smart back then. Now, if you watched my Bethlehem Steel videos, I'll link it at the end on this one. Men built stuff back then with pride, and things lasted. Not like now. I always use a baseball stadium, football stadium. Everybody wants a new one after 20-something years. But is it the engineering that's changing, or is it that people just don't care and they're just trying to, make a buck off the system? But here, dude, I mean, look at the Roman Colosseum. Hundreds and hundreds and thousands of years that lasted. This has lasted. Fort Niagara. These things have just been, I don't know, man. It's just, men back then took pride. Today, I don't think men, don't take pride at all in their work. If you think different, please comment. But this thing is lasting, man. So land defense, commanding the enemy. All right, here we go. The elaborate and well-preserved outworks of Fort Adams distinguished it from all other third systems fortifications in the United States. Designed to slow the attacking enemy and give the defender every advantage, these defenses consist of several rings of structures and ditches combined with careful designated grade changes. The system ensures that each position commands the next outermost position, giving the defense a clear field of fire. There was tunnels, interior ditch. Also, you give you A, B, so it matches it up here. Pretty good. So if you put this Robert J. McKenna Boulevard into your GPS when you're up here in Newport, Rhode Island, it'll take you right there. So here's the gazillion-dollar bridge with the infrastructure that's so bad. So another fun fact that I just read was during the American Civil War, the Army was concerned about the citizens of Maryland. I don't know, we're up here in Rhode Island. I don't know why they're concerned about Maryland. So in August of 1861, the Naval Academy moved here to help defend. It's all on Google. Just type it in. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you can read. Maybe that weekend when I come back, maybe I'll get to see it on Saturday. I'll come back. But I don't think this never ever saw action. Oh, big truck. So I'm not sure how I told you how I ended up back in Newport, but I got out of work. It was a beautiful day, and I was Googling beaches, talking to the men that I work with. They were saying that, there's really nothing like, the Jersey Shore boardwalk, amusement rides. So I was Googling beaches, and I was going to go to a 4.4. Don't even ask me to pronounce it. It's spelled N-A-U something. It's literally not too far from here. And then I found something that said, oh, amusements and everything like that. So I came here and I was like, oh, I know where it's taking me. After I paid that gazillion-dollar toll to come to Newport, I ended up back in Newport. So, which I'm not sorry. I mean, I really like it here. I just wish I could come back during the summer, but you know, to each his own. Everybody has their own Xanadu, and I'm just very happy and glad to be part of this little bit here right now. Okay, so this must be the drive along the water. I just, ooh, smells, oh, dead fish, oh. Anyhow, this must be the drive along the water that I have no idea where it goes, folks. With that in mind, oh, stinks so bad. Oh, people from Jersey and Pennsylvania, oh God. Can never get away from home. I guess this is like Skyline Drive or something. We'll go down a little ways and then come back, but I don't see the bridge. I have no idea where I'm going. I could be going into Cape Cod, but if you know where I'm at, please feel free to let me know. So with that in mind, we're going to take this little path. Oh, ducks. I'm going to take the little path down, and I'm going to let you listen now to the sounds of nature. Dangerous conditions, keep away. That almost looks like Dracula's castle up there. Aw, dead bird. So with that in mind, I hope you enjoyed a little peace in mind. Listening to the waves. It's very relaxing. I'll tell you one thing, after having last night's sleep, oh, dude, my back hurts. Had nightmares from all the food I ate. I think definitely all this fresh air I needed. So with that in mind, we're going to head on back to the car, maybe drive down a little ways and try to make our way, because literally I have no idea where I'm at. I didn't use Google Maps, and it's just like I entered a whole different world, a world I don't want to go back to, but I'd rather stay here. So viewers, with that in mind, I hope you enjoyed it. It's going to be a short video. It's getting late. Plus I'm running out of space on my phone. Even though I downloaded a lot of the other days, I still keep some stuff on, so I might have to delete it. Some camera issues. But like I said, I hope you enjoy these videos. They mean a lot. Again, I do this channel in a positive way, like, hey, where you going? Hey, family, where do you want to go? What to expect? I can't squeeze everything in it, but in the light of what it is, I try to be upfront. I don't really script a lot of stuff. With that in mind, the reason I do script some stuff, but I plan ahead. But there's some things where I just basically wing it, and I want you to see my first reaction. I want you to know what it's like. I don't want you to see my first reaction and give you a false positive. But with that in mind, I do wish everyone who watches this and stays to the end a blessed St. Patrick's Day. Summer's right around the corner. Memorial Day's coming up. Hopefully we got more trips planned. Again, thank you to all my subscribers, 158. I got 6 new subscribers on this trip. Thank you for those who became part of our family. With that in mind, if you like the content that you see, please tell your family, please tell your friends. Hit that subscribe button. It costs nothing. Hit that bell for future notifications. I do a lot of shorts, a lot of the videos. I put them out there. They don't get a lot of hits. I don't know why. Maybe it's the algorithm. Who knows? But they're there for you to watch. There goes the speedster. But anyhow, and also give it a big thumbs up. Katie's not here. Give you a thumbs up. I do care for you guys. Like I said, too much negativity in the world. With that in mind, with my TikTok coat, one final. It's getting cold now. Now all the fog's rolling in. Feels like we're up in elevation. We're at another state park. We're going to try to make our way back to the hotel and call it a day. With those guys, peace out. Thank you for tuning in to my travel adventures. And we will see you soon. And take care. Have a good night.